Alright, word nerds, let's get inspired. Hello word nerds! Happy Friday! I hope you have all had a fantastic week and are ready to get some writing done this weekend. But before we can do that, we need a little bit of inspiration. So this would be the part where I would sing that whole raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens favorite things song, because this week's inspiration corner is all about your favorite things in books and of course list making, because I'm a sucker for lists of all kinds, so we might as well incorporate one of those too. So this is something I do when I'm trying to come up with a new idea for a book or decide what project to work on next. You're going to need either a notebook, a pad of paper, and a pen, or just open up a word processor on your computer or Evernote or an app on your phone. Really anything where you can write things down is going to work just fine because this is all pretty simple. So what I want you to do is make a list of all of your favorite elements of books. These are the things that if you see them on a cover or a blurb, you're going to be picking up that book no matter what. And of course, as I'm trying to come up with a few examples, I'm realizing that this is a little bit more easily said than done, but just give it some thought and come up with a list of at least 10 things that get you really excited to read a book. For me, these can include sisters, or mazes, or magical schools, or witches, or werewolves, or genies, or societies run entirely by teenagers. We all have those things that make us go, ooh, that sounds really cool. So figure out what yours are, because they'll be really helpful in figuring out what story you should be working on and what you're going to get most excited to write. And if you can, set up your list so that you can easily add in more things over the coming days and weeks as you think of other things, or you see a movie or a book that makes you go, oh, that is one of my things, I need to add that to my list. Now just being aware of the types of things that are on your list is going to make it that much easier in the future to come up with new story ideas, because you know the types of things that get you excited to write a book. And of course, if you're working on something that you are just genuinely pumped to be writing, it's going to translate into your work and right across to your readers, who will be just as pumped to read your book as you were to write it. But if you're looking for an idea right now, we're going to take this experiment one step further. Go back to your list and number them. So 1 through 10, 1 through 15, however far you got. And if you haven't actually done your list yet, pause this video and go do that now. Otherwise, the rest of this is not going to make any sense at all. Now I want you to take a look at your list and pick out the 2nd, 4th, and 9th things. Now take a few minutes and try to come up with any idea that would combine all 3 of those elements into one story. It doesn't have to make any sense, it doesn't have to be good, just give it some thought. If you're not in love with what you came up with, try a story that involves the 1st, 3rd, and 8th elements. Or the 5th, 6th, and 7th. Basically, there are a ton of possibilities here, and the more items you have on your list, the more endless the options are going to be for you. But you can come up with a ton of ideas just using the elements of stories that you already love. Plus, the ideas you come up with don't have to be perfect. They're just a starting point for your story. You can continue to develop that idea over time, adding characters and plot and setting. And of course, results will vary, but hopefully the end result will be a story that you are really excited to start writing. And if you're open to sharing your list, put those down in the comments below and I will absolutely check those out. Plus, have a look at everyone else's lists and maybe see if you can come up with some book recommendations based on the things that they love. So that's it for me today. I will be back on Sunday for our live chat about publishing industry news, where we have a very big announcement. So hopefully I will see you there.